Okay, so next let's talk about how to add a works cited to this paper. The best thing to start with is a page break. Inserting a page break in a document inserts an invisible place marker or a line in the document where the text will always start at the top of a new page, and that's where you want your works cited to be. So before we do anything with the paper, let's go ahead and insert the works cited. And so we're going to insert break, page break. Now it's very easy, so we're going to start at the top of a new page, and no matter what we type above this line will always jump down to a new page, but it's very easy to just back up and delete this. And if you do that, you just go back and insert, break, page break. Okay, so this will be the top of our works cited. Notice that our header, which should be your last name, and the page number, which for right now is 2, is already there for you. And so the top line of the works cited should be the title. So we're going to center, and then we're going to type works cited. Make sure you've spelled everything correctly. Capitalize both words. Make sure works is plural because we're citing more than one thing. And then we'll enter down once. We should still be double spaced because we did that at the very beginning. And then we're going to left align again. Now, works cited entries are indented very differently than paragraphs. Paragraphs have a regular indent where the first line is indented 1/2 inch. Works cited entries are the opposite, essentially. The first line of the works cited entry is not indented at all, but any subsequent line is indented 1/2 inch. So a lot of times students try to hit enter and hit tab, but you don't have to do that. It's much easier if you set the indent properly. And so on this first line of the works cited, before we even type anything, we're going to indent this, what's called a hanging indent. So if we go format, align and indent, and then indentation options, and then under special indent we're going to click hanging, and it should say 1/2 inch there already. If it doesn't, you can change it, and then click apply. It doesn't really look that much like anything's different, but you'll see when you start typing that you'll get that proper hanging indent. Here you'll see that the ruler has changed, and if you can't see this, you can click view and show ruler, and you'll see that you've got this hanging indent set up already here. It should look like this. If you accidentally delete it out and it goes back like that, you can always reinsert or highlight any text that you want indented in that way, and go align and indent, indentation options, hanging, and apply, and it'll pop back into place. If you start hitting enter in the middle of works cited entries, the hanging indent will not work properly. So from here, you just want to type out your works cited entry, and every time you hit enter, it will automatically adjust back to the left margin and indent any subsequent lines the way it's supposed to be. If you have a works cited entry that you have copied and pasted, say from a database source, and you want to put it over here and get it in the correct format, you can go over and copy, and then put your cursor here where you want it, and then instead of just hitting Command P or edit paste here, because it will mess up your formatting, if you go all the way to the top up here and hit edit, paste and match style, Google Docs will put that text in and paste it in the format of this document. So it will make the font match, it'll make the indent match as long as you have it set up, it'll make the color of the text correct and that sort of thing. The only thing you may have to fix is if there is any text within that citation that needs to be italicized, you'll have to format those things. So go through and look for like book titles and database titles and italicize them, but everything should come out just fine. Just as a reminder, works cited entries should be in alphabetical order according to the last name of the author or the first word in the citation. It's easiest if you just type things in order as you go. All right, that should have you all set up.